talk about a side that has not lost yet. That's Liverpool. Now, Mane has been imperious. We saw that in the game over the midweek, and it was a beauty to behold. You know, when you see things just play out just before your very own eyes, and you're like, whoa, this guy is really special, something special. Now, this Liverpool side, they had a change that 5 players were not in that particular fixture. Salah was not there, Firmino was not there, Fabinho was out, Alisson was out, and also Henderson was out of that particular fixture, and they still were good enough for a 5-2 victory over Everton. Now, they're going to be playing Bournemouth again, and you said something, you said there's going to be a stretch of games during this Christmas period and New Year period that probably would make them drop off for a little bit, but with 5 major players out, I don't think Liverpool show any sign of dropping any points.
Okay, there was a place I was actually having this conversation earlier, and here's the thing about Liverpool. Yeah, the team we love to eat or love to yab because you know they are Butlers FC. But it seems like after years of yabbing them, they were slowly fine-tuning their act. When Jurgen Klopp came into the EPL, they were like, oh, yo, dude, you're a failure. First year, you're a failure. So like, it was like, yo, dude, judge me after 4 years. Don't judge me now. Now I'm just coming. Let me just sit down, make my amala, arrange my wedu. And when I sit to eat, then you can tell me whether I'm a good cook or I'm not. And so far, so good. It wasn't just overnight. Just like the Mane story. It has been smelling. Mane didn't just wake up doing these things. He has been doing it since. When he was in Southampton, he was doing it. He has the fastest hat trick in the history of Premier League. On that 3 minutes, in fact, as they say, as they break, every bus 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, now another one.
That is money. That is money for you. And you know how he does it? Subliminally. He's always the one that when nobody steps up, he will be the ginger man. Between him, a Wijnaldum, or an Origi. At one time, beginning of the year of 2019, there was Shaqiri before he then caught the injury. But you can be sure that if anybody is not stepping up, Mane will be the only one in Liverpool gingering them. And he has always been about that. He has always been the engine room. He was supposed to be our CAF player of the year, our AFCON player of the year, as far as I'm concerned, because the performance he pulled dragged Senegal. It's not something that he brings out year in or year out, or because it's a club thing, or because of the occasion. It's just his person. He wants to play. And because he wants to play, Klopp channels into that. Beginning of the season, you saw the drama that played out between him and Salah. Salah was a very selfish somebody, because that's how they do there. We've seen our elite players, they are very selfish. Esperance, they have that kind of tendency.
All right.
But not like I'm throwing a shade, but Klopp didn't let that become like, oh, who is my highest goal scorer? It's Salah. No, he looked at the fact that who supplies most of the goals? Even Firmino that tries, number 9, who supplies him the most? Salah. Who always does the counter, especially when they started doing the Gengen pressing and the counter pressing on the eye, on pushing opposing teams on the eye. It was always Mane. So it was like, okay, notice for the past 4 games, he has been slowly building and giving Mane freer spaces. He becomes a 10. He becomes an 8. He drops to a 7. He rolls around. He is a false 9. In the Everton game, the Merseyside derby, he was a false 9. And suddenly my guy dropped back again to be doing a 5. That's the kind of guy he is. He will do extra. And because he will do extra, his coach is taking advantage of that. Mark my words, this is just 2019, Shay. By the time there's May, when they are voting PFA Player of the Year,
it certainly has to be
definitely Mane. Because in truth, he was supposed to be among the top 3 when they were giving the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, we talked about that.
He was really supposed to be. In my book, he was supposed to win it, actually. Because if not for his trickery, there was no reason why they would have won it. Because in truth, what does Salah do? No offense. Virgin van Dijk, you can defend, but if you don't score, you don't win nothing. But moving on from that, if you want to ask me, can they keep the pace? I feel like they can. Why? Man management. It's not just a fluke that Liverpool got to where they are. When a coach gets into a place, it gives you his mentality. When Frank Lampard talks about the time that Mourinho first came into the Premier League, dude, I was watching a documentary where Michael Owen was talking about how jealous they used to be, even as they had Ferguson, when Mourinho came in, because it was like our boys will be at the pub, and then Terry will come in, and then this guy will come in, and all the English boys that used to play in Chelsea, and they'll be like, yo, you have to see the guy that we have. He's like this, it's like this, it's like this. I had a conversation with, what's his face, Kelechi Wankali, when he was in Arsenal. And the other one, Chuba Akpom, and we're talking about the mentality of Wenger. that Wenger will come to their house and even check their fridge to make sure that he sees the kind of bread.
They're eating right.
Check their girlfriend and know that, this one is good for you, this one is not good for you. See, a coach will cement his mentality into you so much that even you that's in the academy, the DNA of the club that all the hooligan and soldier of the world like to talk about, the DNA, you will wake up and you will breathe the club. So it's not a shock at all. When you go to the FA for Liverpool, under 23, same thing for Chelsea. You see that the under 23 are kicking everything kickable. Same thing for Liverpool, under 23, kicking everything kickable. Still playing the same style of club.
So you're saying the management of Liverpool is going to make sure that they are going to continue at this pace?
It's being replicated, whatever you are seeing on the top
all
side.
Through.
So that's why it's no surprise that the substitutes, the team B, the team C, see Adrian that just showed up the other day. Just showed up.
It's doing fantastic.
He came in again without playing games. Every other club will be like, oh, our goalkeeper has not played enough games, so let's not try him for this one. The man came in and he was match fit, even fitter than most people that have been playing game in, game out, week in, week out. Because it's the mentality now of Liverpool that we cannot lose.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for talking to us. Now, I know if I had let you go on, you would have gone on that. So, just because of the time that we have on this show now, I'm going to be getting your points. Now, that's your prediction on this game. That's the Manchester City versus Manchester United game. What do you think is going to be happening in that particular fixture? I'm talking about the prediction, scoreline prediction in that one.
Oh, like I said earlier when I started, I will tell you, man, over 3.5. Simply because both teams don't know how to defend. Small just a small space of lack of concentration, and then bam, it's off. Fred has shown up for the last 2 games, but I'm not sure he can maintain that level of concentration for like 90 minutes, especially when it's a derby. When it's a derby, anything happens. Bottom place Everton was almost about to meet Liverpool 2-2 because it's a derby. West Ham, that was bottom of the table, beat Chelsea in Chelsea's
because
house.
It was a derby.
Because it was a derby.
So City, United?
I will tell you that draw over 2.5. I'm putting it in betting man's balance because I like when people make money, especially during Christmas.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to us on the Nutmeg Swore.
Thank you for having me over. Thank you.
So you've heard it from Swore herself. She has given you all you need for you to make smart money this Christmas. Thank you so much for watching the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you should absolutely do that, because there's awesome content all the way for you from Guardian Nigeria. Thank you once again for watching. This has been the Nutmeg.